Why do you boast in men? For all things are yours. Whether Paul or Cephas or Apollos, all things are yours. The world, things to come, and you are Christ's and Christ is God's. So I linger over the word inheritance because I want to be happy. And I get real happy when I think how rich I'm going to be. Here, back to the prosperity thing. Since I will inherit the whole world, I don't need any of it now. Literally, I don't need. I get some. I own a house, which makes me filthy rich in the world, right? And the word filthy is a biblical word. Unrighteous mammon, it's called. I didn't make that up. We get a little bit now, but you don't. Paul said, if we have food and clothing, with these we will be content. Those who desire to be rich pierce themselves with many pangs. It's okay to desire to be rich this way. I get an inheritance, and it is imperishable. And I think he's trying to say, anything right now that you try to store up, what did Jesus say? Lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven where neither moth nor rust destroy and thieves break in and steal. But lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where no moth and rust destroys and no thieves break in and steal. I think isn't that what's going on here? Right now, anything you put away, the stock market's going to crash. You got stock markets? It's going to crash. It's going to crash. And all that, I'm so rich. I invested in Apple. Bam, it's over for Apple. It will be over for Apple. You know that, don't you? Undefiled, so that when we do get it, it has no ugliness in it, no imperfection in it. Not only doesn't it rot and go bad, but it never had anything impure in it. You'll never go deep enough into this treasure to find anything unsavory, inappropriate. And it's unfading, which I think adds the dimension of not so much does it rot as will it ever get boring. Like if you give your wife, I'm a man, so I'm thinking that way, give your wife a beautiful bouquet. It's beautiful, and she loves it. She puts it in a vase, and how long does it have? Depends on whether you feed it, I suppose. Put some of that little granular stuff in it, and whether it's one kind of flower or another, but it's gone in a week. It's ugly. And it starts to smell, and you got to get rid of it. And what was so beautiful is now boring. As a child, I used to fear heaven. Not just hell, heaven. Because as a 9-year-old, lying on the roof of my house, looking up into the stars, feeling the size of eternity, and expanding my present experience of enjoying church into eternity, it was scary. And I've grown up now, and I realize that that's not the way to think about eternity. It's not never-ending, the best Westside can do in worship. That would be great, but you all know that it wouldn't suffice for a trillion years. God is infinite. You will never get to the top of the mountain of God's glory. Ever. That's what infinite means. Unfading here, I think, implies as you climb the mountain of God's glory for 1,000,000 years, discovery, more reasons to be happy, more reasons to be amazed, more reasons to rejoice, and you climb over the hill that you've been climbing for 1,000,000 years, there's another range of mountains stretching, because that's the very meaning of infinite. We will be climbing into thrilling discoveries of God's glory forever. That's the only way to keep heaven from being boring, is to believe in an infinitely satisfying God.